Hope you had a good meditation session with us today and enjoyed in the same way we enjoyed with you. Now let us move into the second part of today's session, which is the theory. And today we are going to see some theory about the region of the void or Bhavasagar. During the period of man's evolution, there has been a constant battle against ignorance and illusion. The state of ignorance is something that has to be overcome before man can experience the beauty of reality of his own true self, of his own true nature. At every step in our evolution, we are constantly being challenged by this ignorance and illusions, which wantedly puts pressure so that we have to break free, cross over to the next step in our evolution. Over many thousands of years, man has evolved into this complex machine and intellectual human being as we are today. And now it is time for us to evolve in our awareness to feel our own true nature and self and to move into the next step in our evolution. So as at every step we are being challenged with ignorance at this step of evolution, and also by illusions. These illusions come to us in different forms in our day-to-day lives. They delude us. They pull our mind away from the real track of seeking our own true self or the nature. These illusions can come to us in the form of problems of our family or monetary problems, diseases or bad habits. So many things can put us in illusion and delude us away from the real path. And hence this void region is called as the ocean of illusion, which translates in Sanskrit as Bhavasagar. This ocean of illusion is not a very easy task to be crossed. Like to cross the ocean, we need a boat. In the same way, to cross this ocean of illusion, we have to become our own master, to evolve and go into the next step of our evolution. So we have talked about the chakras and nadis in the subtle chart in our sessions before. So the void region is located around the navel, the center of the stomach, which is the third energy center, the Nabhi chakra. We know that the Swadhisthana chakra moves around the Nabhi chakra in a circular path, and wherever it forms a circumference, this big green circle of void is formed. Here is a bigger version of the same photograph where you can see the void more clearly. The area which represents this struggle to cross over from illusion and into reality is called as the void or Bhavasagar. So the void area is located around the Nabhi chakra. It is the gap between the Kundalini and the vagus nerves of the parasympathetic nervous system. We have talked about the sacrum and the fontanelle bone area and how these Latin or Greek terms have come into medical terminology, and in the same way, the vagus nerve in Latin translates to the wandering nerve. This is a parasympathetic nerve. It is one of the longest nerves in our nervous system. Here you can see the bottom view of the brain where the spinal cord emerges out of the oblongata, and there are two green nerves, and they are called as the vagus nerves. And this is where they start from. They go all around the body, touching all the vital organs in the body, as you can see in this picture here, and how long they are. Hence they are the longest parasympathetic nerves inside our nervous system. Here you can see the nervous system touching and going through the throat, touching the heart, lungs, stomach, liver, pancreas, the digestive system. And hence this is the longest nerve, and since it wanders everywhere inside, it is called as a wandering nerve or the vagus nerve. This vagus nerve takes care of most of the parasympathetic activities in our body, like the heartbeat, like the breathing of the lung, like the digestion of our stomach, like the enzymes produced in our liver, like the absorption of nutrients in our digestive tract. So all these vital activities in our body, which is required for our day-to-day living, is taken care by the vagus nerve. And hence we have to understand here that this is the bridging gap between the voluntary to the involuntary, between the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system, between our own actions and the autonomous nervous system. This is a region we have to cross through from effort to becoming effortless. It is very difficult for the human mind to comprehend that things will happen in our life effortlessly. We have always been trained to know that if we want something, we have to put a lot of effort into it. That is before the awakening, and after the awakening of the Kundalini, and with regular practice of meditation, when the person evolves and crosses over this void region, he moves from effort to effortlessness. We can easily experience that many things in our life, like our organs inside the body, also start functioning automatically. Everything starts falling in place automatically. So this is the bridging gap where everybody has to cross through. And this crossing of the illusion has to take place on a collective basis for the whole human race to evolve into the next step. Now let us see what are the organs controlled by the void area. The void takes care of the small plexuses in the gut, large intestine, peritoneal space. The traditional qualities of the void is self-mastery. Master means guru in Sanskrit. So this is the region of being our own guru, being a master. It also has the quality of willpower and the innate sense of ethics to know what is right and wrong. These are some of the subtle qualities of the void. So this big green circle, which is known as the void or the Bhavasagara, or it is known as the ocean of illusion. Now let us see where the void is represented in our body. First of all, in the hands, we note that the chakras have nerve endings in our fingertips and palm, and the void in particular is this green circular patch around the number 7 chakra, represented by the number 3B. Void in the feet is the semicircular patch you see in the picture. Void on top of the head, it is a circular green patch around the topmost point on the head, which is the Sahasrara chakra. And the void in the overall body, just to repeat it, which is around the stomach, the green big circle, in the hand where it is mentioned as 3B, the circular patch around number 7, and on top of the head it is circular around the topmost point, and also in the feet it is a circular patch. And also in the body, we know that the Nabhi chakra is in the knee and in the elbow, which is represented by this dark green point. Surrounding the dark green point is the light green shaded area, which is known as the void, represented as void in our feet and arms. It is both on the left side and the right side of the body. So these are the regions where the void is located in our body. Now let us see what are the problems which can arise from our void. When we have physical problems in the digestive system, it manifests as nausea or any other symptom in the stomach area. Nervousness. We get a lot of nervousness when we go to an exam or when we go to an interview. We say about this term of butterflies in our stomach. These are nothing but simple challenges to our own master principle. These are simply expressions of mastery principles being challenged within us. The important point to note here is that we must become our own master, our own guru. When we become our own master, we not only master ourselves, but we master all the activities in our life too. There is no need to master somebody outside. First, we have to become our own master. Fanatism can put a lot of pressure on the void. We have talked about what is fanatism in our previous sessions. It can be religious fanatism, it can be fanatism at work, with family. Behaviors of fantasy, following false guru or a false teacher. This is a very big problem in these modern times, as there are many people in the market selling their goods, and Sri Mataji has talked about them in their speech today. What are the qualities of a real master and a false master? So following such a person who is a false person can lead us into problems of the void. And again, false knowledge, which comes from false gurus or false teachers, can put a lot of pressure on the void. So these are the problems which arrive in the void. Now let us see how we can identify the problems in the void, if we have any. So while meditating, we know the regions of the void in our hand, mentioned by 3B, the void in the feet, void on top of our head, and the overall void. So while meditating, if we feel any tingling, pricking or heat in any of these particular regions represented by the void, that means our mastery principle is having a problem, or the void is having a problem. So when we have at a physical level, if the organs which are controlled by the void is having a problem, then obviously the void is having a problem too. So these are the subtle and physical levels through which we can identify the problems of the void. So the problems of the void, as explained, comes out in the form of nausea, if we are not able to leave the teachings of the false masters or the person who's giving you false knowledge, even after coming to know, then it is going to put a lot of pressure in our void. Because in this world, nobody is going to accept their faults. So in our own awareness, through meditation, after we start feeling the vibrations, we can easily find out who's a real master and who's giving us the real knowledge, and we can easily avoid such people. Reading books which propagate false knowledge. Of course, reading books is a very good habit to accumulate knowledge, no doubt about it. But after coming or after getting the energy awakened and after evolving to a state of awareness, we can really feel which is false knowledge and which is true knowledge. Even in the books, we can easily discriminate. So when we read false knowledge accumulated in books, we definitely put pressure on the void, and it can be easily avoided too. Illegal practices or illicit practices and behaviors. Materialism, which can put huge pressure on our void. Obsessive temptations over materials or any other kind of bad habits such as alcoholism, drugs or any other bad habit. Then we must understand our mastery principle is being challenged. We are not being able to be our own master, and we are not able to give up these habits so easily. So let us now see how we can treat our void and how we can clear out the problems. We have talked about giving bandhan on the chakras in our previous sessions. We already know how to do it and what is the purpose of doing it. So we are not going to go into too much details there. But to clear the void, first of all, we can give a bandhan around the void area. So the void is covering the entire stomach. So we can give a bandhan in the void area in front of the stomach on the whole stomach region by rotating our right hand in a clockwise direction in front of the void, removing the negativity and throwing it out, as we may feel it as heat coming out of the void while giving a bandhan. And after giving a bandhan on the void, we can give vibrations to the void. So to give vibrations, we have to keep the left hand palm open on our lap, and the right hand we can place it on the upper abdomen on the right hand side, on the left hand side. So the left hand on the lap and the right hand on the left side upper abdomen, as you can see in the picture here. So here we are passing the vibrations into the void, and we can try to remember and take the affirmations of this void region. So we can say, let me overcome all the illusions which tempt me in my day-to-day activities and life. Let me have the clarity of what is real and what is unreal by becoming my own master. And we can also say that I am my own master. All the knowledge to become my own master is equipped within me, and hence I am my own master. We can do a candling around the void region. Again, in the previous sessions, we have already talked about how to use the fire element with a candle on the left hand side chakras to heat them up and clear them. So this same technique can be used on the void also. So the void, we are not going to give bandhan only on the left hand side, but the void is the entire big circle around the navel. So we can use the candle and give a clockwise rotation in front of the void to clear the void area. We can take a foot soak in warm water, which helps to clear the void very easily. We have also talked about taking vibrated water to clear our Nabhi chakra in our previous session. So in the same way, we can add a pinch of salt to the water, vibrate the water, and then drink the salt water which is vibrated. This also helps to clear the void region. Waking up early in the morning for meditation. If we are feeling lazy to get up in the morning, or if we are struggling to get up in the morning to have a proper schedule, that means our mastery principle is in challenge. So we can try to put little effort in the beginning to get up early in the morning and trying to meditate regularly. This can also clear the void. Now let us see what happens to us when the void comes into a balance. Let us see what are the signs of a good void. We tend to automatically get up for early morning meditation without even keeping any alarm. We feel very fresh and we feel a lot of desire and urge to meditate early in the morning. You will start to understand what is right and wrong and have the discrimination. It will be clear cut and we can feel it in our vibrations, not through mental activity or through intuition, but through vibrations. We will be easily able to understand who is a true person and who is a false person, who is a true guru or who is a false guru, because we have this ability to discriminate right and wrong within us. Because nobody in this world is going to openly claim that they are false. So it is up to us to find out in our own awareness who is true and who is false. We become very dynamic. We become a magnetic personality and hence we start attracting people with like-mindedness who are also seeking something higher in their life. Our attention stabilizes, and in our day-to-day activities we can see that our focus improves and we are able to perform in every walk of our life. And finally, as we evolve spiritually, and if the void region becomes clear, we move into this next step of evolution, as discussed, from the voluntary to the involuntary, or from the effort to the effortless. And finally, we become our own master, or we become our own guru. So all the knowledge which is required to become our own master is already within us. We just have to tap into it, and the principle of guru awakens within us, and we can become our own master. So now we have almost reached the end of today's session. So let us have a short recap of what we have seen today. We have seen about the void area known as the Bhavasagara in Sanskrit, or the ocean of illusion, where it is located, the qualities, how it goes into problems, and how we can clear the void area, and what happens if the void becomes clear. Now in the coming 1 week, we would suggest you to put more attention on your void area and practice the meditation. We have already seen how to clear the void area, so we'll just have a small quick recap. So bandhan on the void, as we said, giving bandhan rotary motion on the clockwise direction in front of the void, and after that you can give vibrations on the void and take the affirmations which are the quality of the void area. You can try to do candling around the void area also in this coming week. Try to do a foot soak with warm water, taking vibrated salt water. So try to do these clearances for the void in the coming 1 week, in the coming 7 days, as we have seen about the void region. So hope you have learnt something new today. Hope you have been practicing the meditation and being able to imply what we have been guiding you with in your weekly meditation practices. Because Sahaja Yoga meditation is very, very practical, and only the practice of meditation put together with the theory is going to help us. It is not a lecture, it is not a class, but the practical meditation is what is going to improve us. So kindly do the meditation every day and try to put more attention on the void region in the coming week, and try to balance your void. Hope to see you in the coming sessions. Take care and bye.